The holidays are right around the corner, and some people might try to deep fat fry a turkey for the first time. One thing to remember about that is the problem you have afterward is what to do with that grease. So with me is Joseph Martinez. He's out here at the Greeley wastewater treatment plant, and you are the industrial pre-treatment coordinator for the city. So talk about a little bit, how do you dispose of that the grease? Because it can be a little or it can be a lot.
All right, so if you guys have a little bit of grease, kind of the fat from the animal or like that butter grease that you get in the bottom of the pan, best thing to do with that grease is to just let it cool down, let it solidify, and then pour it into a plastic container. That can go right in your trash and you can dispose of it in the trash. Under no circumstances should you pour that down your sink or you're gonna have a lot of problems.
Yeah, that's a little called foreshadowing, so we'll get to that here in a little bit. But one of the things, I did a little experiment last night, and I cooked some bacon, and then I added that bacon grease to a jar, and it basically came up with what is like a clog, and having that in your drains can be really bad, right? So when disposing of it, there's ways that you can do it environmentally friendly, right? And we have a location here in Greeley that the people can take that to if they want to recycle it that way.
Yeah, so if you guys have more than just that normal cooking grease, you're deep frying a turkey, you've got something like peanut oil, that stuff can actually be strained out. You can put it in a strainer, put it right back in that bottle, and it's good for 6 months. So you can save it, use it for Christmas. That's the best thing to do, is recycle that oil. If that oil goes past that 6-month period, you can't recycle it anymore. It starts getting nasty, starts kind of smelling bad. Then take it over to the Household Hazardous Waste Center down here in Greeley. Just kind of look it up on your computer, you'll find the address. And they'll take that in a 5-gallon jar, or the container that it came in is the easiest way to store it.
So talk a little bit about if somebody is like, well, it's just a little bit of bacon grease, or it's just a little bit of the turkey leftovers. It's not going to hurt anything if I do it this one time, pour it down the drain. That's what can happen if that builds up over time, and you know, that's a good way to ruin somebody's holiday is having that come back up through your sewer system. Talk about what that looks like.
Yeah, so he showed the bacon grease and how that congeals up. Usually grease is great, goes down as a liquid. Everyone always says, oh, just turn some hot water on, right? But if that bacon grease goes down and it hits any solids, once it congeals and gets that cold water, sooner or later you're gonna have cold water down your drain. It's gonna congeal, it's gonna find the low spot in your plumbing, and it's gonna cause a clog. You've got like a 2-inch pipe, and that pipe's gonna get smaller and smaller and smaller with all the grease. So sooner or later that hole's going to be too small and your wastewater is going to get returned to sender, so that's not what you want.
Yeah, I don't know how much grease goes into frying a turkey, but it's a couple of gallons. I can't imagine pouring a couple of gallons of grease down your system and what that could do. But you guys out here at the wastewater plant, you have a saying, like a rule of thumb, right? The 3 Ps and kind of what not to flush. Kind of go and talk about what that is, and maybe some of the flushables. Are they truly flushable? I know those kind of wind up out here at the wastewater treatment plant too. Discuss that.
Yeah, so we talk about the 3 Ps. The only things that should go down the drain are your pee, poop, and toilet paper. We see a lot of things with the non-flushable wipes. I've got a toddler at home, and we got the baby wipes going, and it's really easy. You think you can take that wipe and throw it in the trash, especially when you're potty training, but get that stuff in the trash, because that's going to go down. It's not going to break down in your sewer system, and it's either going to clog you up and cause you a big hefty plumbing bill, or it's going to come down here and it's going to start causing us problems, which our maintenance has to get. We have guys that have to clean those out, so think about those guys when you're flushing that down, and just keep it to the 3 Ps.
All right, perfect. Thanks for the information. So just remember, don't treat your toilet like a trash can. Keep fats, oils, and grease out of it. And for more information, go to greeleygov.com/clogmonster.